Hey everybody, how's it going? Doc and Howlett here, Chris, to show you guys a bunch of comic books. Just shooting straight from the hip here while I got time, so I might be all over the place, so I don't know. If you don't understand or comprehend what I'm saying, just, leave me some questions below. We'll discuss it. You can also go to my Facebook and Instagram that I have linked to my account as well too. So if you go to my page, you can see some other stuff there too, and it might pull everything together for you. But some cool stuff to talk about and show you guys. So the other thing I want to show you guys, this was pretty cool. This novel here, I don't know if it's a novel. It's not a story novel, but as you see here, the Psychology of Marvel's Wolverine by Susannah Flores. So the first thing I gotta say is she's a really nice person. The interactions that we've had on social media has been really nice. Been following her, really great. So that's really nice, I think, about the author. She's done very well to interact with the people, reading her book and things like that, the fans or whatever. And I am a fan of this book. It's actually done really well. Probably the first real, psychoanalysis of a comic book character and an anti-hero. So about this book, I'll tell you some goods, a couple little bads about it too. Just a little pet peeves for myself when I was reading it. The psychology of it was actually really great. I do really love dark stories, macabre stories, the anti-hero, Venom, Wolverine, those kind of things. And so it's always kind of, stuck with me ever since I was a kid reading books. And I thought maybe reading this might help me understand, hey, I have my own reason why I like anti-heroes and certain characters, and maybe this helps me understand the psychology of why I do, and it certainly has done that. So just get in more depth about why I personally like the character, but also understanding more the psychological point of the character. Wolverine really helps, I think, expand on the character, which I think is really great. So anybody who is a Wolverine fan, I think definitely really has to get the book. Anybody who's an anti-hero fan might understand as well too. There is great psychology in this book, and besides learning more about the psychology of the character, it really helped maybe understand and relate to some psychology for myself. So it has been a very helpful book in that way. Susannah has done a great job there. Reading this book, the beginning, let's say if this book was cut into thirds, the first third was really good, really caught me for a while. The middle, kind of going off on some different tangents and different characters and things like that, different threads of Wolverine's life and psychology, kind of lost me a little bit and kind of dragged for me. But then the ending really kind of brought back, just kind of bringing everything together and kind of some points, key points that are mentioned and are really great. So really great, really respect the book that she's put together here, and yeah, real highly recommend it. Although there are two things as a nerd that really kind of bug me about this book. From my point of view, right? Maybe it's not going to bother you as much. It kind of did for me. And the biggest thing was the relation that she made to Sabretooth being Wolverine's brother. That really bothered me. It's made quite a few times throughout the book, and yeah, it just super bothered me. Maybe in the movie universe, they were kind of brothers in that terrible movie. Hugh Jackman, great in the movies for sure, but yeah, some of the storylines were really awful. But yeah, so I mean, when you have things like Wolverine in the X-Men storyline where Dog Logan actually comes from the past and they meet up with him, I think he still's got the scars on his face, and as well in the Origin series, I mean, he's got scars on his face when Wolverine slashed him. Sabretooth wouldn't have scars, and then you also have things like Origin 2 series where it plainly shows you that, I mean, Sabretooth is Sabretooth, right? It's not, they didn't know each other beforehand or whatever. So, I mean, in the comic book world, they are not brothers. So that really bothered me there. Again, nerdy pet peeve. The other thing, it was a mistake, I think, when she mentioned in the Origin series that she ended up, or Wolverine ended up fleeing with his mother, I think, but it wasn't his mother. It was Rose that he fled off with. So, yeah, there are some little mistakes. I don't know if they're going to be edited future versions or whatever, but nonetheless, really good, highly recommended. And, you know, you can make your own review about it if you want. Getting into the big meat of the thing here, I want to show you guys my Wolverine haul. This is really awesome. Now, just a quick story. I ordered these months ago, way back in, I think, August from Stadium Comics. And they probably had so many orders that, you know, there's bound to be something to happen. And they accidentally forgot my order. So when I contacted them, when I thought maybe it should have already arrived, and they said, oh, you know, whoops, sorry, Kate, we'll get it to you, and we'll throw in a couple goodies. So this is really cool, and I'll show you the couple extra goodies I got in there. And this is probably the most of covers of any single book I have ever gotten. I'm so excited for Wolverine to be back. So let's go through this and show you. When there was probably like, oh, I don't know, there was like 30 or 40 different covers or whatever. So I maybe got like half of them here. So let's start off with the regular cover. The regular costume. Where can I put these? Over here. And then you have the whiskers. That's pretty cool. The brown and gold, or brown and tan, whatever you want to call that one. You got Patch. These costume variants are by Steve McNiven. So Weapon X. The Fang costume. The Apocalypse. Yeah, Age of Apocalypse costume. If you haven't read that story, that was pretty kind of cool too. And you have the X-Force. X-Force costume. And the Scotty Young. The Francis Yu. Breaking out of the adamantium shell. Oh, what is this? What's his name? Christopher somebody? I forget the last name. And here, the Cassidy. And actually, if you see in the background there, I have an extra one. Right there. That one is an extra one I threw in there as well too. So thanks, you guys. And because I had ordered one, actually separate from the Stadium Comics order, but then they threw one of those in there as well too. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe trade fodder or something. I'm not sure. If I, what was it? Yeah, Nanu, no, I can't say his name there, Nanook or something, Nanak. Yeah, but anyways, I like his artwork. I think he did work on Wolverine and the X-Men, I think. Pretty cool little barbecue to welcome Logan back. Then, of course, we got the blank variant, and you can see it's just kind of, can hardly see it, but I think this is a neat new way of doing the variants, or the blank variants. Like, they got the regular cover inside, of course, and they got the blank cover over it, but then they also put this, just the white paper cover over it, and I'm guessing that's probably a new way to protect your drawing. So if you get the sketch, and then you can fold it over, and it's protected, so when you put it back in the bag, it's not going to be rubbing, taking away pencils or inks or things like that, rubbing, you know, maybe a little safer for you when you're traveling with your books and getting drawings at conventions, things like that, but that's kind of neat. This was a variant edition that I got from Midtown Comics. Got in the Mylar there. Look at that. Joe Jusko. That is actually really kind of cool. Isn't that awesome? Right there. Sweet. So, I mean, if you were ordering it online, it would have been like eBay or something. Crazy prices, but right to Midtown Comics for pre-order was definitely a good price. And then here's the couple of last goodies, and then we're done, that they threw in for me. Threw in just one of the ads for the return of Wolverine. Art by Steve McNiven there with his Wolverine's hot claws. That was really cool. I didn't have one of these. That'll be good to hang up. And then they had thrown in this here too, an issue number 7 of Spider-Man. This is their Stadium Comics variant, one of their variants. With the regular coloring by, was his name, Jamal Campbell, right? Is that correct? Campbell or Cabal? I can't remember. And yeah, so this is the regular covering. So just like they did for, what was it, another one? They had another Spider-Man variant. I can't remember who did. No, it was by the same person. Yeah, that I had probably shown you in the previous video. Well, yeah, same artist, but this one's a homage to, was it Uncanny X-Men 260, right? 260 or 261? I think it's 260. With the first appearance of Gambit. So that's what it's a homage to. And they have one that's a little more rare with, you know, different coloring and different lettering. So that's cool that they threw in that. This one I'm really happy that they threw in. This was really awesome. Your Pal Archie, issue number 1, the Stadium Comics variant. Of course, homaging the Hulk 181, which was really great for me. Of course, you know I love Wolverine and Hulk 181 books, so this was really great. I remember, I think, was it almost like last year or whatever, or whenever this came out, I saw Johnny DaCosta get one of these. And yeah, I was really jealous of that one. And for what they were selling online, I just was not going to get them. I mean, unless you got the pre-orders from Stadium, you were going to pay an arm and a leg kind of thing for it on the internet. But I ended up getting one from them, so that's really cool. So I already had the Betty and Veronica one from Stadium Comics as well, too. So that accompanies that one pretty good. Okay, and then last one right here, issue 2 of Return of Wolverine, the regular cover in the water with his hot claws. So really kind of cool, having fun with Wolverine, you know, coming back. It's issue number 2, still leaving me with more questions, but yeah, it's really kind of ramping up, so I'm hoping it's going to hit you hard with a lot of, you know, answers and action from issues 3, 4, and 5. But yeah, really happy to see him back with all my Wolverines. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so that's cool. Almost on. Too long. I'm going to tell you guys. See you later. And like I say, go check out my Instagram and, you know, Facebook and all that kind of stuff. Just click on my channel and you can go check those out where we can converse more about all things nerdy. And I'll check you guys all later. Bye.